Okay, it is June 4th, 2:03 a.m., 2026, and I'm doing a video that's slightly different than my usual flavor video. It's not about sociology, but rather about fiction. A particular work of fiction that I actually quite like a lot. The Amazing Digital Circus, which, for if you don't know, is about six human beings trapped in a digital world forever at the whims of a mad TV show host program god that is trying to help them but doesn't know how because he's a robot. He doesn't understand human emotions. And this would be bad enough already, but they can't die. Instead, what happens is if they go essentially go insane and have a massive identity crisis, they become, through a process that doesn't really matter, uh, they become monsters and lose their mind. This is, narratively speaking, equivalent to death, because death itself doesn't exist in this specific world. And so that's where the stakes come from. And I think that's actually one of the show's greatest tricks, where where it means that every social interaction or particularly bad day will have the viewers thinking to themselves, is this it? Is this where they finally go mad and embrace despair? Notice how that doesn't necessarily have much to do with identity or programs or secret reveals. It's just person based and it's painful and it hurts. Because, it's a show, it's a character focused TV show. Which is why it baffles me that, as of recording, there is still a intensely popular fan theory that each of these characters is secretly a digital clone of the actual characters who are in the real world. As in, they're not people put into a machine, they are copies of people put into a machine. I don't think you're stupid. I do not think you are stupid if you believe this theory. But I think the way that you're approaching this TV show is not accurate. And I'm saying this now because later today, on June 4th, the final act of this TV show will be playing its movie in theaters, a sort of finale movie. A la The X Files, I think? I haven't watched The X Files, but you know what I mean. So, otherwise, I'm never going to get the chance to rag off on this. Rag. Uh, this series sort of emerged around the second episode's premiere, where there was a character who was an AI who became self-aware, yada yada yada. It was a neat pop device, but even as the show found its more concrete audience and it became less speculative, this theory still came around in some form or another. Slightly mutated, sure, but still there. And there's two problems I have with this. One, and this is a borrowed observation, the humans can't fix themselves through the means of the circus. That's not how it works thematically. That's why that one guy exploded that one time. Uh, so I, I wish I could remember which YouTuber talked about this. It was an analysis of the show's overall themes. I think it was about the main character Palmy's character arc. Yeah, that's one of the jokes of the story, that all the characters who are deeply depressed 20 somethings uh have incredibly silly names. Anyway, so that's would make things thematically gnarled, I think, because if they are AI and part of the circus, I don't really know where we would go from there. And second, if they are just sort of AI, what was that one scene? There aren't a lot of flashbacks, which I think probably helps this, where well, no, that probably hurts the series. I misspoke. Uh, hurts this theory is that there is a scene, a flashback that that involves a couple characters waking up, so to speak, or characters like coming in. I how did the first characters get there? Like the first ones, did did they think like nothing happened and just left? Like it, that would just be a little weird and kind of confusing, I think. But finally, and this is I think the most important theory, is that this is framed as like a sort of twist thing. Like it would be a kind of twist. Some people think that a character talking about mind files means that oh, those are them. Those are the files from the copies from the real world. And I really don't want to be mean, but pretty sure what we were supposed to take, or at least what I took from that, was that the ringmaster, the guy orchestrating this, uh, is the AI that doesn't understand humans. He was reading, like literally reading mind files and basing their appearances off of those files. Uh, I if it was going to be a big reveal about oh there were mind files the whole time like that, and that means they're AI, like it wouldn't be revealed so casually. Like the show's subversive, but it's not that subversive. So now on to the actual points that I've been walking around. If there is this big reveal, this big plot twist at the end of this character focused show, uh, let's focus on the plot. Sure, why not? What does that change? Because as is, there are a bunch of normal people stuck in an abnormal situation that they cannot leave. And now they are normal people stuck in a situation that they cannot leave while also being artificial clones. What functionally has changed about their situation? And I'm not saying like the show has to be purely functionality. I don't think it should. Like, I arguably that's what episode 7 is, and while it's not my least favorite, it is definitely the weakest of the series. Uh, the, but I don't really see what anything gets from that couldn't already be gotten from existing material. Like, you can understand that they feel like life might be pointless without the AI thing. You can feel that they can't trust their own memories without the AI thing. Like, and at a certain point, it only makes the arc of some characters of recovering from trauma or learning to find their place in the world. It kind of makes their struggles feel less important. Like, not unimportant, but like when that one guy, the guy I was talking about earlier, the not the ringmaster, the okay, there's an AI crocodile at one point in this thing. Don't ask. Uh, and he has a bit of a crisis when he remembers that realizes that his mother didn't actually exist. It was just part of his backstory to make the game work. And you notice how like we don't really return to that mother point, and he moves on. That's that's the problem I have. Like, why would we spend this much time on the character's past, their previous experiences, like how it affects them to this day, whatever the hell is going on with that bunny rabbit? Why would we do any of that if they were just copies? I don't get it. And again, you literally get everything that this theory would provide just from the existing show. Oh, they're stuck there forever. Yeah, they were always stuck there forever. That was obvious by the end of episode 1, I assumed. I'm sorry, that was mean. That was really, really mean. I shouldn't say that. Uh, but you see the problem, right? Like, nothing changes. And so, because nothing fundamentally would change, there's no stakes, there's no emotional impact. It's just, it almost feels like a twist for the sake of having a twist. And the only reason I can think why people would still be attached to this, the only reason that makes sense is that they thought it was going to be a more plot heavy show, and now they're still sticking with the theory because of sunk cost fallacy. And I'm, I just don't think that's right. I just don't think it's accurate. I'll eat these words. Like I'll when I see the the last act, I will, and it turns out that they are AI. I will. I'll post an update video. I'll say I was wrong. I will say that. I'm perfectly happy to. I just don't think I am because that wouldn't make a very interesting story. It wouldn't change anything. It would be a twist for the sake of having a twist. And to be honest, I think this show is better than that.